Beloved essence of light, today the angels have asked me to share a truth with you, a truth that needs to be felt even before it's understood. Something is stirring in the unseen, something that, even in silence, calls his name within you. You know you're not imagining it. It's not neediness. This longing that aches in your chest, striking hardest in the dead of night or at the most unexpected moments, is more than a memory. It's a sign, a bond, a soul connection. The angels show me you've tried to ignore it, to distract yourself, to tell yourself it was all in your head, an exaggeration, just a phase. But your heart wouldn't let you, for it feels what eyes don't see and logic can't explain. It senses what the soul recognizes, and the spirit silently confirms. This person you feel also feels you. He misses you, your absence, the little things, the lightness you bring. He even misses what he never experienced with you but felt was possible and real within his own heart. Perhaps he never said it, never admitted it. Perhaps he fell silent and chose another path. But the truth is, an absence of words doesn't mean an absence of feeling. The angels say the longing you feel is a reflection of the longing he tries to hide. His body may have distanced itself, but never his energy, his emotion, his memory. Right now, as you hear this, a spiritual line between you is being rekindled, a bond reinforced, a bridge rebuilt. This process isn't visible. It unfolds on the subtle plane of unspoken prayers, silent tears, and thoughts that arrive like whispers, heard by you both simultaneously, without knowing their origin. The angels say this reunion has already begun, for the universe doesn't allow two souls destined to meet again to remain separated forever. It respects cycles, timing, and lessons. But when all is ready, it aligns, draws near, guides, and gives signs. And you've already started receiving them, haven't you? That recurring number, the song that suddenly plays, the feeling someone is about to reach out, the peace that comes from nowhere, the memory that embraces you mid-routine. All are clear signs that something is returning to you. Not by insistence, but by destiny, not from neediness, but by mission, not out of attachment, but through recognition. This person, without knowing how, is being spiritually guided towards healing, truth, and reunion. And you too are being prepared, strengthened, purified, so you don't repeat past hurts, yield to fear, or hide in pride. The angels say this longing you feel isn't a punishment. It's a compass, a guide, an echo of his own. If you doubt this, think of how many times you thought of him and something happened, making you feel he thought of you too. How many times have you dreamed of him and woken with the sensation of having lived something real? How many times has a memory surfaced unbidden, bringing both an ache and a certainty? This is all confirmation, an answer. The angels ask you now to write with faith, emotion, and an open heart. I accept living the reunion with the one who also feels my absence. If this phrase touches something within you, write it and feel your soul vibrate. By declaring this, you activate the energy of return, freeing the spiritual flow that unites what should never have been separated. You are ready, even if you think you're not, even if you still fear suffering, even if you think he's forgotten you. The angels say he hasn't forgotten. He just doesn't know how to return yet. But he will. He will feel it, understand it. True love, even if lived in silence, never dies. It merely awaits the time of courage, permission, and healing. And that time has come. It's at the threshold of the invisible, waiting only for you to say yes. To say, I'm ready. To say, I still believe. And the angels say when you do, even in thought, even softly, the entire universe will conspire for this reunion, and it will be more beautiful, lighter, truer than you ever imagined. Beloved essence of light, the angels now show me two souls, outwardly distanced but inwardly connected, as if separated by an invisible wall built by time, yet one that love insists on tearing down. In the silence between you, there are more words than in any conversation, more presence than in many embraces. The longing you feel isn't yours alone. It's shared, vibrated in sync on the subtle plane. The angels say this longing isn't in your heart by chance. It was placed there by a higher power to remind you that something is in motion. A bridge is being built. A reunion is being programmed in perfect timing and detail. Even if you see nothing happening externally, your soul already senses that everything is preparing itself internally. This person thinks of you with the same intensity you think of them. Even if they try to hide it, pretend they've moved on, or say it's in the past, when their head hits the pillow, the only name that comes is yours. The only feeling that remains is what was lived with you. Everything that came after tried to fill your place and failed. The angels say the universe is working silently, weaving the threads of your lives back together, guiding events, situations, encounters, and synchronicities that will lead you back to one another, not by insistence, but by truth, not from neediness, but by connection. This connection wasn't invented. It was recognized, felt, lived, and is now being reactivated by the longing you both share, even unknowingly. That's why sometimes out of nowhere, you feel like crying. Your chest tightens. Your soul feels restless. It's not just you. It's them too. It's this living energy between you that pulses, calls, and yearns for reunion. Don't think this is weakness. It's strength, spirituality, sensitivity. It's your soul speaking louder than your ego. The higher plan indicating you are much closer than you imagined to living something you've waited for so long. The angels show me this person has been dreaming of you, feeling your presence without explanation, remembering moments they thought were forgotten. These memories aren't random. They are spiritual activations, reminders the universe sends to align feelings, prepare hearts, dissolve fear, and make space for the reunion to happen with lightness and intention. And you, beautiful soul, simply need to continue trusting, preparing, vibrating in the certainty that what is yours by divine right is not lost. It only matures, strengthens, and returns with more light, clarity, and love. The angels ask you to declare now with faith, truth, and presence. I accept to receive back the love that belongs to me and still misses me. If you feel this phrase vibrate, write it. This isn't just a symbolic gesture. It's an energetic command, a spiritual movement, a confirmation to the universe that you are ready to receive not the love of before, but the love of now. Love that has passed through longing, silence, transformation, and returned more mature, conscious, and available. This person you feel is also being prepared, receiving signs, being pulled by a force they can't explain, but that you already recognize because you are more awake. You've walked the path of pain. You've transmuted fear into faith. Now everything begins to align. When the moment arrives, it won't be by chance. It will be by destiny. It won't be a coincidence. It will be an answer. It will be as if time stopped for you both to look at each other again and understand you. Never stop belonging to one another. The angels say on that day, you will feel peace, not euphoria, because peace is the clearest confirmation that what arrives is true, loving, and divine. And when they look at you, smile, and say, I missed you too, you will remember this message and know that every tear, every longing, every prayer was worth it, because true love always finds its way back. Beloved essence of light, the angels now ask me to tell you something you may have always sensed but were never sure of. This person you think of with such longing every day, even when you try to avoid it, focus on other things, or tell yourself you need to move on. This person also misses you. What's most poignant is that this longing is often accompanied by silence, distance, and denial, because this soul still doesn't know how to handle the intensity of what they feel for you. They haven't learned to love someone with such depth, haven't yet understood how it's possible to feel so much for someone not physically present. Someone who has physically left their life yet remains so alive within them. The angels show that every time this person tries to forget you, something happens. A word, a song, a scent, a scene, a message, a name, reminding them of you. Each time, it's as if the universe says, it's not over yet. There's still something to be lived, something to be revealed, a reunion reserved in divine time. That's why you feel what you feel. It's not illusion, not fragility. It's connection, a bond, soul responding to soul, even in silence, absence, and waiting. When the universe decides to unite two people, it begins by working from within, provoking, longing, activating memories, gently planting questions. Was it her? Was it him? Did I leave too soon? Did I leave out of fear? These questions echo within this person, even when surrounded by others, even when they seem to be moving on, even when they try to convince themselves it was for the best. The truth is, you stayed. You stayed in the details, in the memories, in their heart, in their dreams. The angels show me that on many nights, this person lies with their phone in hand, thinking of messaging you, but not knowing what to say. Thinking of seeking you out, but not knowing how they'll be received. Thinking of getting closer, but feeling afraid. Afraid of hurting you, of getting hurt, of not being worthy of all you represent. Because you are different. You marked their soul, awakened something dormant. And now, even if they try to go back to how things were, they can't. After feeling your light, they can't settle for less. The angels say that no matter how much the world around you says to give up, no matter how much logic says it's over, no matter how much pride says you deserve more, your soul knows this love is real. This longing isn't yours alone. This story hasn't had the ending it deserves. That's why you're here now, hearing this message, which didn't come by chance, didn't arrive randomly, but was sent from above to remind you there's a greater plan for you both, a right time, a sacred purpose. This love is being molded, healed, reconstructed, so the reunion will be true. The angels now ask you to breathe deeply and say with your soul, heart, and intention, I open myself to live the reunion with whom my soul chose. If this phrase ignites something within you, write it as a gesture of faith, a spiritual seal, a conscious call to the universe. By doing so, you confirm you're ready not to repeat the past, but to live the new with the one who saw you, felt you, and chose you in silence. If you feel you've suffered too much for this love, cried too much, waited too long, know that this entire process has strengthened you, prepared you, cleansed you from within. So when this reunion arrives, you will be whole, firm, light, ready to be loved as you deserve, ready to love without fear, ready to live something that doesn't bind, demand, or require, but simply happens because it's true. The angels show me this reunion is closer than you imagine, and when it happens, it will be simple, natural, as if no time has passed, as if life merely paused, so you both could become who you needed to be and meet again in the right way, at the right time, with the right heart. Until then, continue choosing yourself, loving yourself, trusting, because whoever misses you hasn't forgotten you. Whoever thinks of you still seeks you in silence. Whoever loves in secret will one day find the courage to say it with their soul, their gaze, their presence. Beloved essence of light. The angels now show me that this longing pulsating within you isn't just memory. It's vibration, energy, a spiritual field connecting two hearts even at a distance. This vibration has been so strong that the other side is feeling it, even without understanding, admitting, or trying to disguise it. Something within this person vibrates each time your name is remembered, trembles each time they sense your scent, even in thought, calms every time they hear your voice, even if only in dreams. The angels say it's all being rehearsed in dreams because astral encounters have been happening for a long time. Have you woken up with a lighter heart, as if you'd been embraced? Have you woken in peace even after going to sleep in sadness? Have you had that dream where they appeared without a word, but their eyes said everything? Know that all of this is real, spiritual, part of the reunion already underway as you live your life, heal, and learn to trust even without answers. Trusting when all is clear is easy, but trusting the invisible is for old souls like yours, for those who've learned that God's timing is not the world's, and what is truly yours will find you at the right moment, the exact instant, when everything makes sense. The angels say this hour is approaching, not as a noisy miracle, but as a soft whisper, a touch that warms the chest, a truth that reveals itself effortlessly. The love that is yours doesn't need struggle. It needs space, permission, preparation. And you are preparing, even without realizing it. You're becoming more and more yourself, freeing yourself from old patterns, detaching from the need to control, learning to let life flow. This is changing everything, including the energy between you. Because when you transform, the other feels it. You two are linked by an invisible thread that transmits feelings, intentions, thoughts. And now, this thread is more active than ever. That's why he has felt more longing, thought of you more, felt restless even when nothing seems wrong. Because your soul is calling his back. not with desperation, but with love, not with demands, but with lightness, not with haste, but with surrender. The universe is listening, responding, guiding his steps in your direction, preparing the perfect moment, the perfect setting, the perfect silence for the reunion to happen with truth, healing, and intention. You need to trust this. Believe it even when the world says otherwise, even when time seems too long, even when your mind wants to doubt. Because your heart already knows. It always has. The angels now ask you to declare with faith, surrender, and soul. I trust that the longing I feel is the response of the soul that still loves me. If this phrase touches your truth, write it, and notice how something within you changes instantly, as if peace invades your thoughts. A gentle breeze passes through you, as if your angel is saying, yes, he feels it too. Yes, he thinks too. Yes, he remembers too, and he is coming. Yes, he is moving. Yes, he is healing. Yes, he will return. And when he returns, it will be different. He will come by choice, with courage, maturity, and intention. You will know, you will feel, you will recognize, not by what he says, but by how he looks at you, how he listens to you, how he simply is. For one who loves in silence, when they find the courage to speak, loves with their soul, body, and presence. You deserve this. You deserve to be looked at like a miracle, touched like a blessing, remembered with fondness even on days of distance. All of this is already being designed by the heavens, because true love always finds a way. Beloved essence of light, the angels now show me the exact instant this soul you feel begins to awaken to all that is hidden within them. This moment isn't made of words or grand events. It's made of a different kind of emptiness, a silence that screams, a weight that doesn't pass. And in this void, they understand that you are missing, that you weren't just anyone, that you weren't forgotten. What you lived together put down roots, and roots don't die. They merely lie dormant, awaiting the right season to blossom. And this season is arriving, with the weight of longing and the light of understanding. The angels say this person has already realized you were home, even without having lived with them, that you were healing, even without presenting yourself as a remedy, that you were shelter, even when they chose to step away from the storm. That is why this soul is now being pushed to do something they always feared, to return. To return without guarantees, without certainties, without knowing if they will still be received, but with a single truth in their heart. They miss you. And more than that, they need your energy, your gaze, your calm, your lightness, the way you made everything seem easier. The universe is creating unexpected opportunities, encounters that seem casual, messages that seem accidental, memories that surface from nowhere but bear the signature of the divine. All this is being carefully orchestrated, not to hurt you again, but so this reunion is true, clean, light, free from the fear, doubts, and noises of the past. You need to know that when this happens, your heart will vibrate differently. It won't race, it will calm. Because true love doesn't cause confusion, it brings clarity. It doesn't demand effort, it flows, It doesn't make you feel less. It reminds you of who you are. The angels say your preparation was long, deep, painful, but absolutely necessary because you needed to be whole to receive this love as it deserves to be received. And you are whole. You are stronger, more sensitive, more conscious. When you look at this person again, you will know, recognize, and feel the same energy that once touched you, but now more mature, present, and decided. In that instant, you will have the power to choose, not with fear, but with love, not with neediness, but with wisdom, not with haste, but with truth. And this choice will be spiritual, sacred, blessed, because the angels will be with you in that moment, guiding every word, every gesture, every look. Everything will be new, light, clean, because true love has this power. It doesn't return to repeat. It returns to remake, restore, renew. The angels now ask you to breathe deeply and say with your soul, truth, and faith, I prepare myself with love to receive the one who recognizes my soul and chooses me with courage. If this phrase touches your heart, write it, because it seals the energetic field of reunion, opens the doors of your heart to what is coming, and tells the universe, I am ready to be loved with presence, intention, and soul. The angels say, you are worthy of this love. You deserve to be remembered with affection, desired with respect, chosen with certainty. All this is being sent to you now, in the right time, the right flow, the right vibration. And when he comes, you won't need to ask if it's real. You will know, because your soul will recognize it, because everything in you will align, because his eyes will seek yours as if they've missed you for lifetimes, and they will have. And you will be ready to say, I missed you too, and now I am here. In that instant, the angels say, you will understand why you waited, why it hurt, why it was necessary, why everything had to happen as it did, and you will even be grateful for the longing, because it was the invisible thread that kept this love alive, even in silence, even in distance, even in absence. Beloved essence of light, the angels now ask me to envelop you in a field of light so strong, so gentle, so true, that as you hear these words, your soul begins to vibrate at a new frequency, a frequency of acceptance, trust, and readiness. You have arrived here whole, conscious, awake. What is about to happen in your love life is no longer a common story. It's the revelation of an ancient purpose, the unfolding of something your soul already knew, the fulfillment of a silent promise, made even before this life. This person who inhabits your thoughts and dreams, who invades your memories and feelings with a force you cannot avoid, is also connected to you by something that goes beyond reason. That longing that has tightened your chest so many times was the purest channel through which truth found its way to you. The truth that even when silent, he felt. Even when distant, he vibrated. Even when pretending not to love you, his heart called for you in silence, in prayer, in supplication. Now, the angels reveal that this time of separation, this cycle of waiting, this absence that so often felt like abandonment, was in fact preparation, protection, purification. Soul connections need fertile ground to flourish, And now this ground is ready. This time is coming. This healing is mature. The reunion that was once only hope begins to become reality, not in the way you idealized, but in the way your soul asked, the light approved, the universe molded. What is returning to you is not just a person. It's a mission of love, an elevated exchange, a spiritual commitment. And when he arrives, you will know. You will feel. You will recognize it by the calm, the energy, the way the universe will conspire for everything to flow, as if life itself is saying, yes, this is the moment. Yes, this is the return. Yes, this is the love you waited for. If you have come this far with an open heart, teary eyes, your soul vibrating, know that this is no coincidence. It is alignment, an answer, preparation for the miracle that is approaching. The angels now ask you to write with faith, certainty, and emotion. I accept to live the reunion with whom my soul recognizes and misses. Because this gesture activates invisible forces, releases the flow of return, seals the vibrational field, and sends a clear message to the universe. I am ready to live true love. If you felt this message was for you, if you felt peace, hope, or even tears, know that this is healing, reconnection, angelic presence saying, you are not alone. You never were. And this love story isn't over. It merely paused to be healed, strengthened, and lived in the way you deserve. With reciprocity, presence, intention, and truth. When that moment comes, look into his eyes, smile with your soul, and say, I missed you too. In that instant, everything will align, everything will make sense, everything will be an answer, and the angels will be around, celebrating the reunion of two souls who said yes even after the pain, who said yes even after the time, who said yes because they knew this love is not common, it is divine, a mission, a mirror, an awakening. And you, beloved soul, will be embraced by this feeling that was always yours, always belonged to you, always awaited you. When that happens, don't be surprised if you feel a peace you've never felt before, because that's what true love does. It doesn't disturb, it calms. It doesn't bind, it frees. It doesn't demand, it adds. It doesn't disappear, it returns. And now that all has been said, the angels ask you to breathe deeply, close your eyes for a moment, and tell yourself, I am worthy of being loved with courage, lightness, and truth. Because by saying this with your heart, you break the last blockages, dissolve the final pains, and open the ultimate space for the reunion to happen in the most beautiful, pure, and blessed way. If this message resonated with your story, write in the comments, I receive this love with gratitude. Share it with those who also need to remember that love doesn't die. It merely matures and transforms. And if you felt something special in this message, acknowledge it to continue receiving the words your soul came to hear. The angels are with you, guiding this reunion, preparing the stage, opening the paths. And soon, very soon, you will live what seemed impossible. In that moment, you will smile and remember, I missed him, he missed me, and the universe united us again.